Yo, yo, here we go. Let me fix the, oh man, I made an epic video, and I'm making epic videos again. Here we go. It's a lecture. It's another lecture. It's an epic lecture. Anybody who doesn't watch it is going to be completely clueless. Yeah, I got an epic video that I just made. How's everybody doing? Where the fuck is it? What's up, Skull and Bones? What's up, buddy? My faithful Skull and Boner. Bones. That didn't sound right. That did not sound intended at all. Skull and Bones. The faithful Skull and Bones. Let's see. What do I got here? I want to hear.
Look what happened to the bricks.
What happened to the bricks? Red bricks.
Red brick. What happened? Red brick. Altered.
Well, the video ain't done. It's 28%.
Temperature dictates.
States of matter.
Altered.
States.
Altered.
States. What up, freak? It's trying to snow. It's trying to snow right now. Well, it's not trying. It's snowing over there. It's not snowing here yet.
Look what happened to the brick. Red brick. I mean, that's all that's left.
It ain't easy being sleazy. Goo.
Altered.
States. I see red bricks.
Melted buildings and flood water.
I see red bricks.
Altered. Temperature dictates.
States of matter.
Altered.
States.
It's pretty easy to see what happened here now. Melted buildings and flood water. I mean, that's all that's left. All around you, all you see is destruction.
That'd be cool, man.
All around you, all you feel is destruction.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Freak. What a great tune. Another great tune. Everybody go ahead and pack you a green ball. What I'm going to do now is I'll be right back. I just want to, it's starting to snow. I'm going to throw the generator on just for a couple minutes. I want to have a fresh pot of coffee. And then I'll turn it back off, go back to the battery, the less noise and all that. But in the meantime, I do want to, the fucking video. The video, I just made it. I mean, it's not even ready yet. It's like 50% processed. So give me a couple minutes. It's pretty tight. It's only part one now. I mean, what, put on the, which one, please? What song request did you want to hear while I do this? Put the on. Yeah, which tune? Oh, no, I know. Well, I wanted to put that on, but it's not ready yet. So I'm going to put on, hold on. No, whoops. God damn it. No. I'll put on this one. But I'll be right back. Oh, that's another good one. Earth looks like a melted circuit board, too. In fact, I'll put that. Hold on. I'll put that one on. Okay, hold on. Let me share it with you. So that way you can watch this. This is cool. Oh, shit. Hold up. Give me a minute. I fucked it up because I didn't have the volume up. It's all good. What's up? How y'all doing? Oh, y'all want the song, don't you, real quick, huh? Watch my documentary. When the Buildings Cried. Here we go. Here we go. Watch this show. Here we go. Watch this show. Don't be a meanie. Back is greedy. Here we go. Go. Earth looks like a melted circuit board. Earth looks like a melted circuit board. How do you not fucking see it? Nothing but melted buildings. How do you not? Oh my God! Woo! Whoa! Woo! Don't be a meanie. Back is greedy. Here we go. Windows, doors, arches. Stairs. Windows, doors, arches. Windows, doors, arches. All the shit you're looking at is melted to shit. Windows, doors, arches.
arches, windows, doors, arches, all the shit you're looking at is not the
Shit.
Don't take the jab.
Instead, do a dab.
Here we go. Here we go. A-frames, flow line, cathedral brick line.
Towers to the dome line.
A-frames, flow line, cathedral
Brick lines cooked into block lines. Buildings that remained above the floodwater. Fucking see it. Are you blind? What is wrong with you? Look at that melted circuit board. Look at that melted circuit board. Look at that. Connect the dots, people. Connect the dots. You need to put 2 and 2 together. Snow. Fuck you. Man, I'm getting snowed on. But I'm making coffee in the snow. Watch my documentary, When the Buildings Cried. Please. I've never seen so many mastards today walking about shopping than there was last year. I count them now rather than counting the Christmas trees like we did as a kid. Oh, how things have changed. Folks, it's ridiculous, folks. It's getting, the mastards are getting dumber as we go. It's like the more they do to them, the less they believe they're doing it to them. Now, 73% done on that. Yikes. I'm going to sit back and smoke a bowl and shit.
Powers that shouldn't be. Are obsessed
With controlling us. With controlling us.
Are obsessed with controlling us.
And they feed off negative energy.
Put it right in your face, man. I mean, holy motherfucker. They want you wearing a mask. Like a slave? Like a slave? They've already mentally terraformed this place in their favor. So they can eat negative emotions and harvest them.
Feel it.
Feel it. You could feel it.
Did I get it better?
You could feel it. We're being control freaks. Okay? That's what's going on and what's happening. We're being control freaks. That's what's going on.
Oh, son of a bitch! Fuck that shit! Snowing sideways and shit. Woo!
Powers
Shouldn't be.
are
Obsessed with controlling us.
obsessed with controlling us. The powers that shouldn't be are obsessed with controlling us. Powers that shouldn't be are obsessed with controlling us.
Pretty tight. Pretty tight work. Are obsessed with controlling us. 95% done. Bada bing, bada boom. Booyah! What's up, Jamie? Skull and Bones frequency. Yeah, wearing a mask is definitely gonna decrease IQ points. First of all, if they even have any for wearing one in the first place. Fucking insane. Fresh coffee. Is fucking insane. Death is fucking insane. Got a good lecture coming. Deal with the pain. Agonizing. Somebody tell me where my spoon is. Where is my spoon anyway? Oh, we're sorry to hear that, Buff Scat. Hang in there, bro. You gotta hang in there. I damn sure, my whole entire family on my mom's side, I don't talk to any of them, man. Are you crazy? Bunch of fucking girl preachers and shit. All my cousins are preachers, man. Death is fucking USA. Oh, it's coming down now. Here it comes. It's going to get thick. It's starting to get thick. Oh, shit. It's going to need to touch more sugar. My bad. No, we got to have more sugar than that. Fuck that. I ain't trying to go bitter. Ain't nothing wrong with a little pure cane sugar.
Deal with the pain. The pain.
Yep, pretty epic. It's snowing. Hopefully you can see that shite. Then there's me. Okay. Yeah, oh, you like that jam. Good, good. Hey, again, sorry to hear that, Bub Scat. Again, look, just understand that, look, we're with you, man. We're all suffering too, dude. We're all dealing with the same fucking bullshit. All of us. We're all the same, man, basically here. In a way. What's up, Makadish? Zechariah. My 33-year-old niece makes nearly 150 grand, owns a $2 million home in Seattle, Amazon creative too. She canceled dinner. Mom has no one there. They're fucking crazy. Mom too. Shit. At least your mom remembers you. My mom don't even fucking know mine. I'm her oldest fucking son and she don't remember me. Try to deal with that shit. She might as well be dead, man. I can't talk to my mom, dude. Why? Because she ain't there anymore, man. She's gone, man. She didn't even know it was her fucking birthday, December 10th. My brother and I call her up. She don't know who we are. Well, she's not there anymore, man. She's not like, hey, Jerry, talking to me. She's just gone. It's fucked up. That's the way to spend Christmas, on a melted building, away from all the retards. That seems like bliss to me now. Yeah. I know, right? What is worse than all of a sudden finding out your mom doesn't remember who you are, dude? Dude, it's frightening, man. This place is hell, man. Like, it is hell. Like, what kind of shit is that, dude? I live in a place where they probably fucking tricked her into getting all injected and everything, and now she's gone, dude. Like I said, these things make you go away, man. These fucking things. All right, let me do a couple memes first, though, before I do a lecture. Before I go into any lecture, we're going to do some meme image action. The fuck? Okay, here we go. Democracy. A system that operates on the premise that your individual rights don't exist simply because you're outnumbered. Okay, adults believing the government will fix their problems. Mostly peaceful memes. Kids believing in Santa. You and I are not so different. Again, they're being controlled by parasites, probably demonic. And some could even be reptilian for all we know. Fucking David Icke. We don't really give a fuck, right? All that matters is that you're aware that there is something out there fucking with us hard, and you're not. You better wake up. You better wake up. It's there, man. It's real. The you know what is the you know what. Okay, here we go. High school dropout desires to rule the world. Absolutely, we'll believe that. International banker desires to rule the world. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. That's ridiculous. Oh. In science, questions are absolutely welcome. We want to know the truth. Alternative ideas are cherished and concerns are explored because we really just care about the truth. In scientism, however, questions aren't welcome. Alternative ideas are banished and concerns are ignored. Everything you see on TV is a scripted performance with the purpose of shaping your worldview to benefit the powerful interests running the show, the powers that should not be. Operation Mockingbird is not a conspiracy theory. In open public court in 1974, the CIA admitted to planning fake news stories in order to manipulate the behavior of the population worldwide. What the fuck do you think they're doing now, for fuck's sake? This is as useless as and it's not our government. Again, anybody, if you ever hear an asshole talk saying we and our, these are some mental ill retards. Again, they like to include you and speak for you. They want to speak for you and include you in their mental illness, and I won't have it. When you're influenza and nobody's catching you. Your body just needs to detox, folks. Okay, friends and family, don't start talking about Pfizer's criminal history. Me. Okay, again, volcanic eruptions directly triggered ocean acidification during early Cretaceous. Again, this is all mentally ill. I have completely debunked geology. Single-handedly, myself, me, one person. I've debunked geology. It's a fact that I did. The jet power lines and the sun are not moving down. They're moving away. Understand perspective and how your eyes work. Understand vanishing point. If you truly understand who these people are, you would never, ever be taking medical advice from their friends like Kill. Gates. Me listening to strangers' conversation, thinking how fucking dumb they are. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, by the way, thanks for sending this, homie. I think it was Kill Bill. I don't even remember Bill Jones. Don't remember. But this is evidence right here. You can still see some of the red brick survived. But this was all red brick next to this tree or whatever the fuck melted next to it. Or did that melt into the... Oh, that's crazy, dude. Wow. Again, did this tree melt into the brick, or is that a tree? Who cares? Let's go to the next one here. Okay, listen. This is a very simple concept. If it's not voluntary, it is tyranny. Yes, that's it. It's simple. It's so easy, man. Okay, not knowing the truth doesn't make you ignorant. Fair enough. Not wanting to know the truth, now that makes you ignorant. You wanting to keep your head buried in the sand like an ostrich and to pretend everything's going to go away is childish. Okay, according to NASA, the Earth spins on its axis at 1,040 miles an hour at the equator and travels around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour. As the sun is racing through the Milky Way at 448,000 miles an hour. So according to this batshit nonsense with zero evidence, since the pyramids were built, they have moved roughly 342,296,800,000 miles in several different conflicting directions. Amazingly, everything is still in its place. Every day at night, you can look up at the North Star Polaris and it'll never move. It will be there till the day your retard ass fucking dies. It'll never move. It's called the pole star for a reason. Everything revolves around the pole star. All of the stars are attached to the dome that spins above your head non-stop. Except for a couple of them when they call them wandering stars, because they're wandering independently from the dome. They circle around the Polaris like the sun and moon. Gotcha. Biggest elephant in the room. Are you ready? Are you ready for the biggest and the most fantastic elephant in the room? The unjabbed are not dying. Folks, pay attention. Why isn't anybody dying? First of all, but especially it would be the vulnerable, the so-called vulnerable unjabbed. Why aren't they dying? Why aren't I dead? I'll never wear a mask. Why aren't I dead? Because it's batshit mental illness. It doesn't exist. It's never been isolated. How can you fucking close? How can they do what they've been doing, man? Nothing screams. I've never picked up and read a history book in my life louder than people who believe complying with tyrannical orders for 2 years will give them back their freedoms. Okay, gas pressure needs a container. Gases are not solids. It requires a metal tank. Look at all the different metal tanks. Pay attention. Look at all the different metal tanks. These are called containers, and they're required. So, the Earth batshit model with no physical barrier, you can't have a gaseous pressurized environment adjacent to a sky vacuum without a physical barrier. The globe blatantly uses a deceitful equivocation fallacy. You'll fight for toilet paper, but not your freedom. You'll fight your fellow man instead of the evil powers that shouldn't be. Stretch Armstrong debunking Neil Armstrong. This is, if you actually do an actual experiment, this is how a spacesuit would really act in a vacuum, not a space agency. Although they did hold up better than the other astronauts when they actually did. I actually saw a video of them trying to experiment in a vacuum, and the guy fell back in his fucking chair, and they had to take his blood and his saliva started to boil in his throat and everything. And they can't even practice in a vacuum. It's a joke. They had to take him out of there immediately, man. The guy couldn't handle it in a vacuum for less than a minute, man. 2 minutes, and he was already out. He had to be out of there, man. Again, how are they going to, if they can't do an experiment down here in a vacuum for more than 2 minutes, how the fuck are they doing it up there, far away? You got to think. The protected need to be protected from the unprotected by forcing the unprotected to use the same protection that didn't protect the protected. What the hell did you just say? Liquids level. All fluids or liquids, if viscous enough to flow, will level. And the world is mostly flood water, covering up all the melted buildings. The sea isn't spherical because water doesn't bend like that. It does bend if you take, but not like that. Not around a spinning ball at 1,000 miles an hour through a vacuum of space with no fucking container. Are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking stupid? Dudes be showing me to get into the theater to watch Matrix 4. Like, bro, you just chose the blue pill they were talking about. You took the blue pill. How are you watching the movie? What are you watching the movie for then? You blue piller? Closed. At the top here, you see what is called a closed system environment. It is observable, testable, and repeatable in the lab. Open system spinning ball environment with water sticking and curving around it, not observable, testable, and repeatable in the lab. It fails every fucking test because it's ridiculous. We all know gases require a container. And if we have low pressure systems and high pressure systems and it's containing gas, you have to be in a container. You're contained by a 360-degree physical barrier. You have to be. We have to be. Gases require a container. You have to be. What's up? We do not consent. Sounds familiar. What's up? Telling the truth. How you been? Fucking H. Where'd that come from? Yeah, we're contained right now. Mary Meltmus Aldous says, what's up, John Wayne? Aldous, Big Al, Brondo. That fucking heater sounds like it's running out of gas. God, that's annoying. God damn, that's annoying as shit. It's totally running out. I gotta change the goddamn. Oh, what a fucking pain. God, okay. Wine. Just run out, fucker. Yep, I'm out. Luckily, I got another tank in a container. Luckily, I got some more propane gas, and guess what? It's in a container because it's required. You have to be in a container. It's a fact. Okay, good. Fuck me, man. Okay, that's out. I'm going to have to change that before it gets too fucking cold. Hold on first. Why isn't this fucking working? Something's wrong, man. I'm not getting any volume. What the goddamn fuck, man? Man, I had my mic hooked up and everything. How the goddamn fuck did this not get the volume? So I made a fucking 47-minute video for goddamn, or 48-minute video for nothing. Why isn't the goddamn sound working? Ah, you motherfucker. Wow. That is strange. That is fucking annoying. God damn it, you piece of shit. I don't get that. I've never did anything different than what I always do in the fucking thing. Fuck. All right, well, I got to put this on real quick. I got to turn that generator off. I got to switch my propane gas heater real quick. But until then, I'm going to put on... Whoops. Hold on, I'm in survival mode. I got to turn off the generator and then switch the fucking heater out. So it's snowing, man. I got to do it before I get snowed in. Give me a second. But watch this video until... watch this video until I get back. Let me find this one. It's tight. It's tight work.
When the buildings cried, truth music. When the buildings cried,
I gotta take a hit.
truth music. When the buildings cried, truth music. When the buildings cried. Truth hurts. Great multiplication occurred. Great multiplication occurred. Wiped out highly advanced civilization. There was a great meltdown.
It's cool.
Great multiplication. Great multiplication occurred. When the buildings cried.
What is wrong with this kind of shit?
There was a great multiplication.
Ha ha ha! Ha ha!
Music. When the buildings cried. The truth hurts.
Ah! Whew!
Great meltification.
Fucking snow. Whew! Towers to the domes. Hurts.
This place had a meltdown. And in that event, many beings died. Things, animals got covered up in cement. In the melted liquid building, they got covered up in hurts. Music. Truth hurts. When the building cries. Truth hurts. Truth music. Truth hurts. When the building cries.
Yeah, it's a fucking shame. I had a 48-minute video and it looks like the mic, I mean, it was the red light was on, you know what I mean? The red light was on. It's on right now. You hear me right now. And it didn't get the volume, man. So I wasted 48 minutes talking to myself. You're supposed to be hearing that right now. Fucking goddamn fucking shithole. Screenomatic dork. Instead of screenomatic, it should be called dorkomatic. You rule too. Thank you. I can still do the video again, except live. You know, I can do the video live, and then it's funny looking, man. God, these glasses are the fucking worst. So yeah, check your email, dude. There's a little Christmas gift in there for you and the Phoenix Side crew. Happy Christmas. Oh, okay. Let me make sure I say hello to everybody. I always like to include everybody. John Wayne, Aldous, Bob Scat, Mekadish, Jamie, Skull and Bones, Mike, Beard, what up? I like to say hello back to people who say hello to me. Jamie, hey, Jamie. What's up, Makadish? What's up, Zechariah? What's up, Michael Davino? What's up, man? Merry Christmas. You're still hanging in there, aren't you? Good man. Yeah, Jerry, nothing worse than having to deal with the physical still there, mind absent. Your situation may be a blessing, man. It's pretty warped when they can still speak and you no longer know them. Yeah, dude, that's rough that my mom doesn't remember me, man. It's kind of evil, man. Yeah, it's like torture. It's like, Mom, you're right there, but she's not right there. It's crazy. The wheel in the sky keeps on turning. We do not consent. Art, tech. Tell them the truth. They create problems and give you dumb shit solutions. Yeah, that's a fact. It's called the Hegelian dialectic problem reaction solution. And again, either we're contained or space is full of air. There is no space. You're in the space that was created so we could experience separation. if we're all one spirit, a space had to be created, generated, to make a place for us to seemingly separate and experience separation or independence, individual, or subjective individualist, the individuated spirit, if you will. Now, pay attention to this. What's going on is you're in a flat plane. There's a dome, flat and a dome. You are down here where it's flat. The atmosphere only goes up this much. Then you have all of that space to the dome that has no air, no nothing. Your atmosphere is this high above the ground. If a plane flies above it, it has to bring its own oxygen to fly above the atmosphere, which is very, very low to the ground. And then all this up here is empty. This huge amount is nothing. There is no air. It's a vacuum of space, basically, in the dome. It might as well be, right? So they have to bring their own oxygen because the atmosphere is very, very low to the fucking ground, man. Dime ZHD, what's up, man? What's harsh? Let me find that email, freak. Let me find that email. Dude, my computer keeps blinking in and out. It's fucking annoying, man. I don't know what's wrong with this piece of shit. It keeps black screening me. God, it's so annoying. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, here we go. Not Forgotten is the Christmas present from Frequency 528 to us, the Phoenix Side crew, Eagle Eye crew, Phoenix Side crew, whatever. It all came from me, my subscribers. Till people tried to steal them. And they did, successfully. And good for them. No. Here it is.
Very incredible. The world was here before us. Wiped out and on. But not forgotten.
But not forgotten. Nice.
Wiped out and on. But not forgotten. Wiped out and on. But not forgotten.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, I moved the file. I was moving the file. I forgot it was playing. Fuck me. Idiot.
Not forgotten.
Hey, Merry Christmas, John Wayne. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, too.
Very incredible.
I'd be happy. It'd be my Christmas present if you guys join me. If you had a minute, I know you're with your families and all, but if you got a minute, join me, too. It'd be my Christmas present. Have somebody to spend it with.
Wiped out and on. Wiped out and on.
Slowing down.
Forgotten.
And it melted, too, so I'll be all right. Thanks, John Wayne. The new tune. Same time, same bat time, same bat channel. I think it's cool watching the snowfall. It's going sideways. Oh, I love that. I'm bigger, I'm bolder, I'm rougher, I'm tougher, and another word, sucker, there is no other. I'm the one and only dominator. I want to kiss myself. Yeah, the snow looks beautiful falling sideways like that. But it sucks. So rather it be beautiful blue skies and sunny. Although I don't mind watching the rain here and there either. Forgotten. Coffee. Not forgotten. Same batshit time, same batshit channel. Fair enough, you bastard. You bastard. I like that, actually. I love that. I'm going to use that. Same batshit time, same batshit channel. Number dog shit. Yeah. I'm the one and only dominator. Epic tune. Thank you again. Frequency 528. I'm bigger, I'm bolder, I'm rougher, I'm tougher, and another one sucker, there is no other. I'm the one and only dominator. I'm the one and only dominator. I want to kiss myself. There is no other. No other. No other. No other. Suck on that. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. So, yikes. So we'll lecture a little bit here. Boy, that coffee's going right through me, eh? So let me give you a little brief overview of the documentary. Basically, our world is electromagnetic. Electromagnetism. Electromagnetism is light. Everything here is light except at a different vibration or frequency and energy, states of matter, etc. This place is generated. Our collective mind, again, every word ended in M-E-N-T, the Latin root word for mind, establish, meant, mind. They would tend to put where they are or in, what are you, out of your mind? At the end of words. For example, kingdom, freedom, wisdom. They would put where they are after every word. Freedom, because they're under a dome. They knew this. Establish meant in the mind. We knew we were in the mind. I'm going to show convincing evidence, not a theory, not a belief, hardcore evidence all over the world. Evidence that there was a highly advanced civilization here. And they, for thousands of years, no time for resets, no time for empires. Again, empires and Roman Empire, Ottoman Empire, Tatarian Empire, all empires are made up to explain away all this infrastructure from the old world that's survived this huge meltdown event that happened. Again, a highly advanced civilization was here for thousands of years, and all the evidence proves it. And it also proves and leads to the fact that it was only about 300 to 600 years ago that they just got wiped out. No time for resets or empires or none of that retard shit. None of it. They just got wiped out. All the evidence is there as little as 300 years ago. And the thing is you're not on a ball flying through space. You're in a realm. It's flat. It's a dome above, and the dielectric plane below, dielectric plane of inertia, is flat. And what it looks like is the old world was the electric city. It was all buildings everywhere. It was buildings. It was crazy. And the buildings were aligned with the stars above, like the pyramids to Orion's belt. And also the buildings were like components on a circuit board, a giant energy circuit. Like a cathedral is really a cathode. So they were using buildings as components on a circuit board energy grid to create their free energy. And in this schematic right here, it's a black and white schematic from the old world that survived, a pocket of survival, showing and proving to us they understood that spires pierce the electromagnetic fields. They had free energy built in to their buildings. And it's evident. And here, you would think that this is the Twin Towers of the New York City. This is not. This is a circuit board. The components on this circuit board look like buildings and vice versa. All the buildings were cooked into ash. You can still see the shapes in these in the ash. Here you can still see the fucking red brick at the top. Here are some pockets of survival. You see the red brick. You see how they used to have it in some areas. It didn't fuck up as bad as others. Here, all these buildings have been flooded and submerged in liquid hot melted building. All the rooms are filled up with melted liquid, melted building and flooded. Here, the same thing. Buildings literally cooked into ash. Here, you can see the entire area has been melted and moved and damaged. Same there. The entire building cooked into ash. On the left here, you see a circuit board. On the right, a city. On the left here, a circuit board. On the right, a city. On the left, circuit board, right city, left circuit board, right city. This is a melted looking circuit board. The earth looks like a melted circuit board. There's your towers to the dome technology. Here's what the buildings look like. Melted circuit board. Earth looks like this, a melted circuit board. And here you see fuck. I can't get the goddamn thing to stop. You fucking goddamn thing. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Tower here, towers to the domes. Effect from the electricity here. Violet, red ship, blue ship, violet.
The sound of electricity, and that's what it looks like. It's red shift, blue shift, violet. That's the color of electricity. And why is it around the spire? Look at that electricity in the air, the field. That's incredible. That right there is amazing to see in the air like that. These fields of electricity, just amazing. Epic. Fucking epic. Yeah, man. Thanks, Frequency 528 there. Yeah, we will. I'd like to visit a lot of people, that's for sure.
Now let's go over.
Now I want to show the idea. Everybody, you need to understand that I'm going to show you to give you an idea of what the old world buildings look like, the incredible interiors. It's not something rich people did. These are buildings from the old world. The rich people just scooped them up, and it looks like they had it done for themselves. It's not the case. It's the way the old world buildings were everywhere. They were just immaculate, glorious. It showed a self-pride. Fuck, hold on. Again, look at the interior. This is a building from the old world that survived. Another building from the old world. Again, the doorways built for a greater stature being, as you can see here. Much bigger doorways. Nobody builds doors that big unless you're that big, folks, period. And again, I would just like to show here, for those who have the eyes to see, do you see anything I'm going to ask you a question. This is a pop quiz for the Phoenix Side crew. Look up here in the ceiling of this dome-shaped ceiling. What do you see? You see what I see? Do you see what I see? On this entire left side is heat damage from the X Factor event. That's heat damage. This side is untouched, and who cares why? But over here is not. Because look, the X Factor event damaged this building because it's from the old world. And again, another building from the old world. You got your towers, domes, columns, arches. Look at the doorways. Look how small the people are. Look at the doorways. They're enormous. There was clearly many different variety of vessels, different sizes, different shapes, everything in the old world. Again, all the buildings were designed in shapes. So when they got cooked into ash, people think they terraformed the earth. There is no earth. It's building ash. These were buildings shaped like stars. These are buildings that got cooked into ash. Look at the red brick, and most of them were all red brick from the old world. All the buildings were red brick, except for the ones with the concrete molds in front of the red bricks, especially in the city's street side. They would decorate the red bricks with concrete molds and so forth. Library of Alexandria from the old world burnt up. There was a clear agenda to keep the survivors from this event dumbed down and unaware that there was a highly advanced civilization here before us. There is an agenda to suppress the truth of a highly advanced civilization was here before us. Towers to the domes, spires, domes, towers, organs, heat damage everywhere you look. Immaculate, glorious interiors. Everything was decorated, and I mean everything, okay? And then the government comes along and scooped up all of the red brick buildings from the old world and pretended that they built them. All of the glorious government buildings you see all over the world, not a single government built them. These are all from the old world. Look at the size of these organs. Look at these people down here sitting, standing, sitting. And again, all this green that you see here is grass growing on building ash that got cooked. All these buildings that were shaped in stars were red brick and concrete. And they got cooked into ash, and then the grass started growing on them. But all these buildings had huge, tall walls. Now they're buried, flooded in liquid melted building. Now here you can see in the front what the walls look like before they get cooked into ash. And then on the sides, you can see what it's looked like when they get flooded and cooked into ash. But in the front, you could still see the walls before they haven't been cooked in the front here all the way, and they're very tall. And they were all tall until they got flooded. Until they got flooded. All of these were buildings. See how tall the wall is there? These are all buildings. Now, these ones didn't get completely, you see in the front there where it got cooked into ash, but the interior didn't get cooked. It's still walls. It's still high above ground zero. Look like a component. Sorry, like a component on a motherboard. That building there serves no purpose other than not this one. Not this one. The one before this. Yeah, there you go. Look at, there's absolutely no space in it. Zero. And here, this is one of my favorites right here. I love this building, but it's got heat damage all over it. Now look at the interior, how immaculate and glorious and decorative it is. Almost every square inch of everything they used to own in the old world was decorated. And there was a variety of beings. There were many different beings in the old world. You see the variety. And here, lights from the old world still intact. And they're telling you there was no electricity. Somebody invented it. Fucking Benjamin Franklin. Are you retarded? There was a highly advanced civilization. Look at all the lights on these. These are inherited. Look at all the lights from the old world. Look at that building from the old world. It was highly advanced civilization here. The entire plain was covered in red brick buildings. Heat damage. Look at the fucking heat damage, man. Are you fucking kidding me? I love it. All of the buildings were connected. When we see pockets of survival, they have bridges. They're all connected. Tops, metals. You could travel the entire world here and never be on the ground zero. The red brick grid. The ground was more like a red brick grid. Don't get it twisted. You're in a hologram. And then you have, or wait, I'm not done here. Wait, or was I? God dang it. Oh yeah, right here. Stop. Check this out. Again, what do you see here? Hopefully you guys can still see this shit. Let me see if can you guys see this shit? All right, hopefully you can see this. What does that look like? It looks like a laptop. I don't know if it is. I'm taking it out of context, but it certainly was a highly advanced civilization, and they certainly easily could have had laptops. I mean, this shit is jacked. Look at the wood. Look at the wood spiral staircase. Are you kidding? Look at the ceiling. Look at the wood ceiling. Man. Let me try to look at that. Nope. Look at that organ from the old world. Look at all this shit from the old world. Look at the interior. Glorious as a motherfucker. Wood. Look at the heat damage. Again, look at the sculpture. Look at the grid still intact. That's old world. Look at that design. Looks like a fucking circuit board. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Look at the ceiling. They've got paintings on the ceiling. How'd they sculpt that? You know? Look at that. She's got a cell phone. Is that a cell phone? Is that a, what do you call it? A tablet? Is that a tablet? Is that a tablet? Look at the glorious interiors of the old world. Look at the ceiling. Look at the heat damage. Look at the glorious. Look what they used to wear in the old world. This motherfucker's wearing a dress. Look at the more evidence. Evidence. See this right here? This is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Snowing sideways. It's evidence that the Ground was hot. It was so hot it made the bottom of the building become viscous and more of a liquid, and it leaned and began to lean over. But it wasn't long enough. This tells us, at least here, that this wasn't very long, because once it didn't stay on very long, because it turned off and cooled off and re-solidified and didn't fall. That's called evidence if you use your deductive reasoning. This overheating event at the bottom, this meltification, this meltdown, when it occurred, it wasn't, tells us it wasn't a event that lasted for days at all, by any means, at all. This is what I gather. It happened and did its shit, and then that was it. Another one building leaning because it got hot at the bottom, started to lean, and then boom, the energy stopped. It cooled off. It's able to harden back up before it fell over all the way. Evidence that this event wasn't a long event. It stopped relatively fast before this building even fell over. You see, that's what that tells us. Look at the glorious interiors of the old world buildings. The new world buildings, look at them. They're junk. They're dog shit. They're pathetic. They're a joke. On the right, an old world building. On the left, the new world. It's just cheap glass. I mean, some new buildings do look good, but, not like the old world, though. Look at the wood. Look at the heat damage everywhere. Melted buildings. Look at that from the old world. You sculpt that. Let's see you sculpt it. Sculpt that. Magnificent. Look at the wood slide. Look at the interiors here. Huge bridges connecting buildings. Everywhere was the electric city. Buildings everywhere. Everywhere you go was buildings. It's melted buildings. 70% of this plain has been floodwatered and covered up all the melted building evidence. But you can still see it. You can look underwater and still see melted buildings. No, it's not an EMP. EMPs don't even exist. You can't put a pulse out that's it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, this putting out a pulse. Electromagnetic pulse. Again, the shit they come up with. Again, what it looks like is that there was too much energy. The whole plane at the bottom overheated. The entire dielectric plane of inertia overheated. Too much electricity is what happened. I don't know why there was a surge and too much power, too much electricity. It was too much power. The ground, the grid, the dielectric plane of inertia could not handle the amount of surge of electricity and therefore heat. It looks intentional because we're being harvested now. When you look at the old world before, we set it up for ourselves to be like a ride, a fun ride about pleasure and entertainment. It was about entertainment, to being entertained. This plane was to entertain you, clearly. Now it's about being obsessed with control. Now this plane wants to control you. The powers that shouldn't be want to control everything here, clearly. I'm going to continue my lecture here in a minute. But first, I got to take a whiz. Oh, let me put on the song here. You want to hear it? Here it go.
Look what happened to the brick.
Red bricks.
Brick. What happened? Brick. Altered state. Temperature dictates matter. Altered state. Look what happened to the brick.
Fuck! God damn! I'm fighting being solidified. Ah! Fuck! Fuck red brick! Fucking red bricks! Whew. Ah! Yeah, yesterday I was in some pain yesterday. I felt like I got hit by Mike Tyson.
Altered
States. Icy red bricks.
Melted buildings and floodwater.
Thanks, Frank.
Altered
States. There was an over.
temperature dictates
There was too much
matter.
electricity. A surge of electrical energy surged the entire dielectric plate of inertia. I'm the one and only Dominator.
It's pretty easy to see what happened here now. Melted buildings and floodwater. I mean, that's all there's left. All around you, all you see is destruction. Melted buildings and floodwater. All around you, all you see is destruction.
If you don't recognize this place has completely been destroyed from all around, every angle, above, 2 places above, everywhere below, completely mangled. This place has been through it. And I prove it in the documentary in the link below. Please, even if you've watched it 2 times, go watch it again. Go review. We need help, man. Phoenix Side crew, watch my documentary again, please, and review. I want to kiss myself. Tune alert. I want to kiss myself. I'm bigger, I'm bolder, I'm rougher, I'm tougher. In another word, sucker, there is no other. I'm the one and only dominator. I'm the one and only dominator. There is no other. There is no other. Other. Okay, here we go. Continuing with the lecture. Hold it. Here we go. Lecture. What's this? What's this shit? Like I was trying to explain to everybody, is everything is melted buildings, and I'm going to show you all the evidence. What people think are rocky mountains and rocks and continents and islands are really just melted buildings that remained above the floodwater. It looks like there was some type of fail-safe mechanism that came in to cool off the plane. It's crazy. But you have all these different buildings melted at different heat damage levels. And they got hot, they melted because temperature dictates states of matter. I don't care what it is. If it gets hot enough, it will turn from a solid into a liquid and begin to melt. As you can see here, the building was melting over itself. This building is melting around and over itself. Again, what do we have here? Pockets of survival, arches, windows, columns. These are buildings. Parts of the buildings remain intact from this event. See the melting on the domes? All these domes melted down like butter and ice cream. Look how short the person is down here. Look how short the person is. Look at the size of the doorway. You would never build a door that big for a person that small. You would never do that. It doesn't exist. These beings were bigger, and there were many different sizes and many different shapes, many different what you would call animal-human combinations. Beyond your wildest dream, you could not believe it. They're just vessels, and believe me, folks, you don't just experience human dense light vessels. You experience the animal ones. After all, you're the animator animating the animal. You also experience plants. What do we have here? Everything here, the spirit is what animates it, makes it seemingly alive. Here you have the bottom. Somehow, for whatever reason, some of these buildings, the bottoms of them, survive. Like right here, this one melted over itself, around itself, and then it was also coming up from the bottom. This is all that's left of the building, but now you know what the whole thing used to look like because it survived. Now you know what that building used to look like because it survived. Now here you see what it looks like to see a building completely cooked into ash. Around here, somehow the columns and the ceiling of the building survived. In the front, at the bottom left here, somehow some of the columns were not cooked into ash all the way. In many cases, in many buildings, they did not get cooked into ash all the way, and that's how we know they were buildings. Here you can see the damn thing melted all the way down. And over here, a flooded pocket of survival. You have levels of buildings, and this whole building at the bottom was cooked into ash. At the bottom here, you can still see some columns and windows and shit that survived. Again, this thing's completely melted, and somehow the front of it did not get melted all the way in this event. Again, you have the building at the top here survived, but the bottom not so lucky. It was cooked. Here, parts of this building survived, but nonetheless, most of it did get cooked into what people believe are natural Rocky Mountains, but they don't exist. I've proven they're all melted buildings without a shadow of a doubt. Again, right here, what do we see? You see here a building that is in the shape of what looks like a sphinx. It has an animal body and a human head. This was clearly a building in the shape of a sphinx. It has been cooked into rock and ash. Here, this building, the bottom of it melted away, but nonetheless, it got pinned in between the two buildings next to it that were moving because it was so hot on the ground. But the bottom of the building just melted away and got pinned in between the two buildings around it. Solid fucking evidence of everything I've been saying. Again, this entire building here got cooked and melted, and this one down here was completely submerged in liquid melted building, and then the event stopped abruptly, clearly, and these things cooled off and survived. Again, what do you see here? For some reason, it skipped the bottom and jumped up and got the midsection of the building instead of the bottom. I don't know why, and I don't give a fuck, but you can see the heat damage started to deform the building. It started to expand it and melt it from this event. Look, towers to the domes technology. You have a dome, a spire here in between these buildings. They call them goalies and all that, but it's just in between buildings that got melted. Somehow the top survived here of the buildings to where you could notice that it's a building. That's in between buildings. These are, you see A-frames, flow lines, an incredible melt job. Here, what do you see down here? The tops of the building survived, but the bottom melted, cooked. Melted buildings that remained above the floodwater. That's not a continent. It's not an island. It's a melted building. Again, let me show you something. Look, that's not a fucking continent. Those are melted buildings that remained above the flood water. It's not a fucking island. It's not a continent. That's not land. It's melted buildings cooked into what people think is natural land. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. I've confirmed it and verified it year after year after year. Again, at the top, you can still see the fucking domes. You can still see the brick lines. But you see at the bottom there how hot it was. And it was literally, turning a solid into a liquid. I mean, it is what it is. More melted buildings that remained above the floodwater. Melted buildings that melted around themselves. This building melted around itself and over itself. It used to look beautiful white, the whole thing. But now look what happened to it from this event. More buildings melted. You see arches, doors, all this shit. But then a little bit of some green plants grow on it, and the retards go batshit. They can't see it. A little bit of green, and they go full retard, and they can't tell that this is not natural. Plants grow on anything and everything because everything here is melted buildings, and the plants are growing in all the building ash. I don't know what they were growing in before. It's bewildering, really. But look how this building melted around itself. Look under the arches, how it's melted the empty space into rock. Look at this building where only a tiny bit of it survived. You can still see the complicated, complex concrete molds at the top. And you can see the red brick underneath the concrete still. How it got melted enough to see the red brick underneath the concrete is amazing. Here, this little pocket of survival survived because the building melted around this fucking section here. It should have been melted like the rest of it, but it survived. So we have evidence of what our reality went through is everywhere. Cooked into ash. Buildings cooked into ash and rock. You can still see the upside down ice cream cone towers there. You still see doors and windows. You still see the complexity of the concrete molds that didn't get melted all the way. At the bottom here, for some reason, part of the building and column survived. Here, buildings completely cooked into ash. And it's like the ash of the end of a cigarette that somehow still maintains that shape. And it only takes a little bit to make it earthquake or landslide. Just a little bit. Here, this building's melted around itself. You still see columns and arches and shit around the top. Here, this building has been completely cooked in. All around it's been cooked into ash. But this part survived because look why it survived. Look at that fence around it, that wall around it all the way. It made all the melt go around it. So this survived. Look at the bottom here. The bottom is completely getting mangled and then it just abruptly stops. The bottom is it was a beautiful square tower. The bottom has been cooked and then it just stops. You see what the bottom used to look like because it stopped. It looks like what the top looks like, except without the damage, of course. Here, you have a building that's been completely flooded by other liquid melted building and itself has been cooked into ash, except you can still tell it was a building because it has maintained its structure and shape. You see the door, the walls, the top. That was a building. It's been cooked into ash. It's called evidence. The entire building there cooked into ash at the bottom. The bottom has been cooked into ash. The bottom has been cooked into ash. You got the red brick and the concrete above it, in front of it. For fuck's sake, god damn it. Okay, what do you see here? These towers here, columns, have been flooded by other liquid melted building. Ash. It's ash. Flooded by ash. Look at that ash. Look at that flood. Liquid melted building. Red brick and concrete. Red brick and concrete melted. Look. It flooded this building here. Red brick and concrete melted and liquid flooded, melted building. Flooded other buildings around themselves. Like a melted circuit. Imagine components on a circuit board melting and they become one. It's just one melt job, right? And you see how the shit melted around buildings and scorched the color out of the red brick here as it flooded around this building here. This building has been flooded by other liquid melted building. That building has been completely cooked into a liquid, and then it's nothing left but ash. You see A-frames, flow lines. That shit was hot. Melted buildings. It's already fucking crying. Melted buildings cooked into ash everywhere you look. Melted buildings. This is all that's left. You see here on the left here, it was so hot it was liquefying. Look how hot that was. You can see that it was liquefying. All that's left of this building is some columns and so forth. The rest of the building has been fucking cooked. Oh, this is my favorite evidence right here. Whoops. Right here. Now I want to show you what the buildings look like after they've been completely liquefied. Here's a building. You can still see some of the rooms and the open rooms areas of the building here, but this building has been completely liquefied. You can see where it flowed. It flowed from there to here. The building just completely. Imagine ice cream on a counter or plate just melting from a solid into a liquid. That's what happened to that building right there you're looking at. That building got turned from a solid into a liquid, and now all that's left is ash. Ash. Evidence of a building being liquefied. Evidence of a building being cooked into rock and mountain. Look at all the flood liquid building around that. Look, you can still see. Look what happened to the bricks on the right. Look what happened to the bricks. Those were all red bricks, man. What happened? You should pay attention. Something happened. All these buildings. Look at all these square buildings over here. Look, you can still tell these are the shapes of buildings, and they're all cooked into ash. Here, all the buildings cooked into ash. That buildings that remained above the floodwater. You can still see the windows and columns in this building, but it's been completely damaged. All these buildings have been cooked, melted, but some tiny pieces here and there, you see windows and columns, survived. You can see how they melted. You can see which way they melted. You can see how the buildings melted down. The bigger buildings melted down on the top of the lower buildings and consumed them. The bigger buildings melted over the smaller buildings and consumed them. And consumed them. The big buildings melted over the small buildings and consumed them. Look at the red brick. What happened to the red brick? And again, what do we see here? Buildings cooked into ash, like ash on the end of a cigarette, that maintains its shape until a frequency, a sound, a vibration triggers it, and it breaks apart like it should have in the first place. And that's how you get landslides and earthquakes. It's the buildings that were cooked into ash, and somehow they maintain that shape long enough until they just, boom, the cigarette ash finally falls off the cigarette and breaks apart. Here, evidence of buildings melting over other buildings. Here, evidence that the ground was so hot it melted and the buildings fell over. Here you have a door at the bottom, and the top was it's a huge dome building. This was a huge dome building. There you have the style at the top, and then you got the brick lines. Here you can see, Here you can see how it melted. You can still see windows and doors. And you can see how hot it was, and it was melting. All these are buildings that got cooked. Here, that's a red brick building. You see windows. Everything you're on is melted red brick buildings. Look at the red brick at the bottom here. That was all red brick. How do you know? Look, there's red brick that didn't get cooked all the way. There's more red brick. Here, you can still see the total exact shape of the building, how it comes to a point at the roof. These buildings, you've seen these, a million of them. I can show you pockets of survival of these buildings everywhere. These are all melted buildings. Look, a building shaped in a sphinx with a human head and an animal body. It's a building that was shaped like that and is cooked into rock. That's a window. of a building. That's all that's left. Again, what do we have here? Landslides, because when these buildings are cooked into ash, somehow they hold on to their shape for a while until something triggers them, and they all flow and break apart and flow away, because after all, it's been cooked into ash. There should be nothing maintaining any shape or form at all. That's been cooked out of it. All these buildings have been cooked into ash. And then it landslides over the road. Here you have buildings cooked into ash. Here you have the red bricks cooked into stone. What they think, and they think they built like that because they're retarded. Here you have crystals forming. Why? Because when the heat gets to an open, cool area, it densifies and solidifies. Because why? Temperature dictates states of matter. That's why you have crystals. Okay? Okay? Look at these melted buildings. It's ridiculous. Come on, come on. Look at these fucking melted goddamn pyramids. Look at the melt job here. Look at the melted pyramids. Oh, the entire bottoms have melted over everything below them. The bottoms are melting over all the smaller buildings below them. The bottom of the building completely cooked. Here, layer after layer of concrete, liquid melted building flowing in over the side here, layer after layer. Look at the flow lines and A-frames. Look at the melted. Earth looks like a melted circuit board. Earth looks like a melted circuit board. Earth looks like a melted circuit board. That's Earth. That's your ground. Look, a pocket of survival. Meanwhile, the rest has been cooked into ash. Wake up. The bottom has been cooked into ash. Wake up. All around this building has been flooded, and it didn't make it over the sides to flood the inside. Again, another building finally landsliding because the ash has settled now. Now the building ash has settled. There you go. Now it's settled. Again, somehow you can still tell that's a building with the windows and doors and arches, but it's been flooded around the back. It's been completely flooded by liquid melted buildings. And you can hardly tell that was a building, but you can if you have half a brain. Let's see here. Look at this, melted buildings. You can see how it flowed, lines and A-frames melted away here. And again, the liquid melted building has turned back into concrete. Look at the liquid melted building. When it cooled off and hardened, it's back into concrete rock. Because it was red brick and concrete in the first place. So when it cools off, it'll harden back up. Yeah. And again, what do we have here? This was all red brick. Arch after arch. Look at the arch after arch. That was a red brick building. And it's been cooked into rock. From red brick into rock. Yeah. Flow lines. All this building has been cooked into ash, and it's maintained its shape. You can still see the up and down roof here, the A-frame of a roof. Here, the statue has been submerged in other liquid melted building from the old world. And again, the Egyptians did not build the pyramids. If they did, why the fuck aren't they building more of them? Why would they stop? If that's what they did, why would they stop building them? Egyptians never built the fucking pyramids. They're from the old world. Again, they do this all the time. They come up with empires to explain away the infrastructure. These empires, there was never a single empire. Every single one was made up. It's nonsense. It's fucking idiocy. Idiocy. These people are idiots. And you know what they do? They believe hearsay. These are retards that will go along with the narrative every which way. Empires, all that shit is the mainstream narrative. Look at the dome here in the arch. Look what happened to the red brick. You see how it was so hot? See all the flow lines? That was hot. Notice the bottom of the ground zero was so hot the building leaned into the other building, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa's. I have evidence all day long. I told you this is all over the world. It's not just one building, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, that did that. I told you it's houses, buildings, it's all over the world. These shits are from the old world. That's an old world house. That's an old world building. Look at the damage, how it came up almost all the way to the top with this melting here. The entire building started just melting down. It's crazy. Melted red bricks everywhere. What's up, Steven? No, we don't decay and die. We're the spirit. The vessel will decay and die. I see red brick. Okay, here we go to the next one. So you see glimpses. There was an agenda to go around and, scoop up anything from the old world that survived that might help free people. There was an agenda. Anything that could help a person be free, it was confiscated, eliminated, hidden. That's why they burned down the Library of Alexandria, because it's from the old world. And it had all of the information of a highly advanced civilization compiled in one spot. You can't have that. Can you imagine if that survived? How different the world would be? Shit. You'd have the answers to everything here. And again, what you're looking at is field generators, levitation. These are field generators. All you have to do is create a field that repulses the field below. Attraction, repulsion. It's all about the fields. Everything here is fields. Fields, 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 fields. Look at this. His greyhound in the air. What happened to this guy? Hey, what happened to this guy's greyhounds in the air? Frank, his greyhound of the air. What happened? They were confiscated, man. Confiscated. You're not allowed to have levitation, you fucking dumb slave. Look, they got robots and shit back in the old world. Look at this crazy looking shit. They were toying with the Terminator. Again, look at the schematics of the old world. Balloons, levitation. They knew quite well what they were doing. They weren't retards. These retards, look, you can't even write in cursive like that anymore, these retards out there. Cursive because they're cursing when they write. Putting spells when they spell. Okay, what's the deal with this goddamn? Come on, man. Okay, look at this shit. That's got to be technology from the old world. I'm in a lecturing mood today, so it's going to be a long one if you're up for it. Look, what you see here are the people coming in with donkeys, full retard, wondering who fucking built this, because I'm a retard with a donkey. And I couldn't build this. So who built it? All this infrastructure, amazing infrastructure. Look at these fuckers using horses to carry their carts around. You think they built that? Get the fuck out of here. Look at these retards with donkeys. You think they built that? Look, they built with wood, not brick. Look at these retards with donkeys and horses coming up into this city, and notice that if it don't fit, you must have quit. Look, it doesn't fit. The puzzle, the pieces don't fit together. Them horses don't match them buildings. Do you get it yet? Are you listening? I have evidence, and you're looking at it. You're looking at evidence that proves without a shadow of a doubt that this shit just fucking happened. This shit just happened. It couldn't have been more than 300 years ago. We have pictures from 200 years ago of retards on donkeys coming into empty cities. As little as 200 years ago, they're finding these empty buildings. And look down there. You think they built that? Look at the fucking horses. It's ridiculous. Look at them. They didn't build that. Look at the fucking horse. Look at the size of that pavilion. Look how short these retard people are. Why would you need a pavilion with a ceiling that high? Because you didn't build that. Look at the truck. Look at the truck down here. Look at that thing. It looks like a fucking go-kart. But then look at the building. Holy shit. Look at that building. Here they are. What do we see? What do we see? What is this? That's evidence. What do we see here? People coming into the cities, and they don't have any technology, but they're sitting down, they're finding these incredible structures, and they're coming up with empires to explain it away. You get it? You get it yet? Huh? Look at them. Look at them. Look at the structures. Look at the size and complicated structures, man. Look, they didn't build that. They didn't build that. Obama was right. You didn't build that. You fucking retards. Look at that. Here we go. Here's what I'm talking about. This empire thing. They have to come up with shit to explain away the infrastructure. Instead of empire, what do they say on this one? They say that they built it as a post office in 1885. We know that's nonsense. It survived the old world. It's from the old world. They never built it. Not at all. Because why would you build something like that for a population of only 2,700? When in fact you only need a post office this fucking size in 2009 with a population of 233,000 people. You only need a post office the size of a fucking apartment store. So when they tell you this shit, you should be using your fucking brain, your deduction, your deductive reasoning to go, they're lying. You should be calling bullshit if you have half a brain here. You would call bullshit. 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 Look at these structures, like components on a circuit board. They have no purpose in the physical world. Look, zero. There's no fucking rooms in there. You can't do jack shit with that. It's useless from a perspective of utility. Look, they're doing fucking laundry. Look, this motherfucking crazy fuck is hanging laundry. Pay attention. Pay attention. Look, they're hanging laundry. Look, They're finding these buildings damaged, and they're living in them. Look, hanging laundry on a statue. See the green heat damage on it? Okay. I might have to take a piss break here soon, but I'm going to try to keep going here for the sake of... Where the fuck is this thing? Can I hold it? I'm just kidding. All right. I'm going to go into this. Today is what I call an invaluable lecture day. This information I'm giving today, upgraded, updated, best of the best, newest of the newest, freshest of the freshest information. Okay, hold it. Man, what a fucking piece of shit. I can't stand this goddamn fucking piece of shit. Fuck you, computer. It's gonna fucking go full retard on me, dude. I gotta Control Alt Delete. Fuck you. You fucking retard. You stupid ass fucking stupid shit. Come on, man. Come on, stream, dumb fuck. Look at that, it's frozen. You fucking asshole. Man, what a fucking piece of shit. All right, I'm going to try to share the screen again. Is this fucking goddamn piece of goddamn shit going to work or what? Fucking jerks. I fucking hate these goddamn pieces of shit. Yes, dude. Nobody in the new world invented anything. They found the old world shit intact. Yeah, they used a lot of steam in the old world because it's clean. And there's wood everywhere that needs to be cleaned up. Anyway, they had trees. I don't know what the fuck they were growing. I would love to fucking go to the old world and investigate it. Fucking piece of shit. What do you see here? You see a melted brick building. You see more melted bricks. At the ground here was brick, or level of the building. All melted. All melted. Look at the bricks here. Look how the bricks melted smooth. Look how they were being melted here. Now this is critical. This is critical. This is critical to understand that this was an entirely perfect red brick wall. You can clearly see a level of damage and then it stops. The damage it was doing from the bottom up The damage to the red bricks is evident. And then it stops abruptly because the electrical surge of energy stopped instantaneously, abruptly, just like electricity, just like a circuit breaker, identical to a circuit breaker. I was an electrician in the Navy, so I know electricity. And I've been shocked with 440 from 2 feet away through the air, where blood came out of my palm. Again, I'm a hands-on kind of guy. Look at the brick and mortar here. You can see the damage to the brick. You can see how it turns the brick into a black, smooth, opal-looking rock shape. Look what happened to the red brick here. Look how the mortar drips. Look how the mortar separates. Look how the red brick gets cooked into what you think is a natural rock or rocky mountain. It's all red bricks. I hate to break it to you, geology retards. You got debunked. You went full retard, and I called you out on it. I called bullshit. Because I ain't down with that stupid shit. Look what happened to the red brick. Look at the top. At the brick that's still intact compared to the other brick. Look at the brick. Look what happened to the red brick, how it melted smooth on the left here. Look how some of the bricks did not get melted. Please notice how some of the bricks didn't get melted. Please notice how some of the bricks got cooked from a red color into white. It looks white and then ashy because the color has been cooked out. The carbon-14 has been cooked out of it thoroughly. You see rock curtains and mortar snot. Here, somehow the red brick in the arches of the windows survived, and even the columns in there, right there, survived. This was an entirely red brick building. The heat came up from the bottom on the left all the way to the top. But on the right of the building, the heat did not quite do the same damage as it did on the left. Gaga goo goo. This shit is so easy. This is ridiculous. I can't believe I have to explain this shit. It's embarrassing. Look what happened to the red brick here. Again, look what happened to the red brick. You can still identify and distinguish between the brick and mortar. This is going to help you understand how red brick gets cooked into what you think is a natural rocky mountain. Here you see the red brick of the pyramid. At the bottom has been altered. The red brick at the bottom there where I just circled has been altered into block. It's been cooked from a horizontal brick into a square block. That's from the heat damage. Why does it do that? Fuck if I know. I don't give a fuck. Shit. Look at that. Whoops. Look at how the red brick melted and they got cooked into what you think are stones and shit. That red brick completely melted. Here's what the inside of the red brick buildings look like when they get melted. Here's what the insides look like when the red brick gets melted. But what you see here is clearly evidence of heat damage. Gaga goo goo. Evidence of heat damage, black scorch marks, and then at the bottom of the brick wall, the red bricks have literally turned into fucking liquid. Cooked into ash. All that's left is just ash now. All the red brick was liquefied and cooked and disintegrated in that liquid. If a solid is turned into a liquid, there is nothing left. It's cooked into a fine grain particles of ash. All the red brick on the left here is cooked into stone. what the retards think is natural stone and rock. No, it's all red bricks. Everything was red brick. You better fucking wake up. Here you can see how the red brick gets cooked and charred black and it starts to melt. Looks like an opal stone, huh? Here they start losing their color. The red brick starts losing its color as it's cooked and charred and damaged by that event. Here you can literally see how it was so hot it was dripping wet, and then it cooled off real fast, abruptly, and resolidified so we could see the evidence. Underneath the concrete molds that were dripping, red brick. That's called evidence. When I say I have evidence of buildings melting, there it is. What the fuck do you need, man? That's melted building, man. Hey, if you can't tell that's a melted fucking building, then fuck you. You're too dumb. Go away. Go away. You fucking retards. Look how melted that building is. That's a melted building. Look what happened to the red bricks. Again, look what happened to the red bricks here. Cooked into block. They've been expanded and deformed. They've been undensified. They spread out, like just fucking popcorn block. They take a little brick and it goes boom. Look what happened to the red bricks here. Look how hot that was. Look what happened to the brick. Look what happened to the red brick. You can see that it's been cooked and damaged here. Holy shit, look at the red bricks. Look what happened to the red brick. Look at them. They got all melted. All melty, melty. Gaga-goo-goo. Melty, melty. This shit is easy. Look what happened to the bricks. Some of them get crystallized. And again, here's what I like about this. You can still distinguish the red brick from the mortar. Look what happened to the brick and mortar. Here, the red brick had the smooth, clean, white-looking concrete sculptures and molds over the red brick, and it's been charred, and cooked off the red brick. And then at the bottom, the red bricks has been cooked into little blocks. You see? The bricks have been cooked into this shit. Here, look, you can still see the red brick underneath the beautiful white concrete molds that they like to put over the brick to design it and put their own updated, upgraded shapes and so forth over the red brick here. You can see how the bottom of the red brick columns it's been cooked off. All of the white concrete has been melted off the brick. The white concrete has been melted off of the red brick here. There's none left. All the white concrete has been melted off the red brick from this event. You can still see some of the nice white concrete molds that they would use to decorate the red brick. They're very decorative. Extremely. Look at the old world. Look how decorative they are. These were glorious beings. The ones that had to do with these buildings. Is that the end of it? I mean, incredible looking, complicated molds have been cooked off the red brick. And again, look at this fucker right here with the ears and shit. That's a little fucking wizard right there. And then this chick's got a sword. And they're all from the old world. These are depictions and expressions from the old world. At the bottom, the brick has been cooked into block. This distinct line of damage below this line has altered the red brick from a horizontal shape to a very blocky square shape. You see the difference? Look at the difference. Notice how it was coming up and damaging the red brick, altering it, changing the shape of the red brick from this event. It damaged the bottom. And at the top, you have what's left of the red brick. The rest has been cooked and altered and deformed. One, two, three. Again, what do we have here? This was all red brick, and in the front here, it had these straight lines of concrete sculpted in over the red brick for design, for decoration. I mean, for decoration. Here you have red bricks melted. You can still somewhat see the red brick and mortar, but most of the red brick has been deformed into what people think are natural stones and rocks, and there's no such thing. Here you have the red brick cooked, altered, damaged, and then some of the concrete mold stripes, pinstripes have remained intact in front of the red brick here. That's concrete design, a decoration that they put in front of the brick. But all the red bricks get cooked into what people think are natural rocks. There's no such thing. Pay attention. You didn't do your homework. You took a shit and you forgot to wipe your ass. I didn't. Look what happened to the red brick. Look at the concrete stripes. Again, this guy's like, wow, everything's melted red brick buildings. Wow, we're living on red brick melted buildings. Everywhere you look, it's melted red bricks. Wow, it's ash. Oh, wow. We're the phoenix rising from the ashes of a previously highly advanced civilization that preceded us. Look what happened to the red brick and concrete molds. Damaged. Look at the damage. Look at the fucking damage everywhere. Black scorch marks, melting. Fucking everything you look at is evidence of a damaged fucking world. Look at the red brick. Look at the red brick in there. Look at the red brick before it got melted. Look at the red brick. Look what happened to the brick. Look at the brick and mortar. You can still tell the brick from the mortar. Aw. Look, you can still tell the brick from the mortar. Look in there underneath red brick. Look what happened to the red brick. This side is not so damaged for whatever reason. It's more like the electrical surge went up the wall here instead of that wall. Either way, it looks like, a Hutchison effect to me. When you see bricks just jumping out of a wall intact as bricks that was mortared, and it was mortared together like concrete. How does a brick just jump out of a wall like this? Something funny happened. How does the bricks going perfectly horizontal start to sink down? All those lines are supposed to be perfectly symmetrical lines. Look what happened to the brick and the mortar here. I call this evidence. The brick is practically jumping out of itself. The brick here is literally jumping out of the wall from this X Factor event. Look at the bricks. Look at all these bricks. They're jumping out of the wall. That was a perfectly red brick building. Look what happened to it. It's called evidence. You better pay attention to all my evidence I'm showing. I'm trying to profess meltology. I'm trying to profess my discoveries to the world. Look what happened to the red brick there. Cooked into what you think is a natural rock. It's not. Look what happened to the red brick. See how they get the color cooked out? See how the color got cooked out, and see how it's like cooked into like a real blocky from a horizontal brick to a blocky, expanded square block. Look at the heat damage here in the middle of the brick here. It cooked the brick and expanded it. Here, look at the heat damage here to the brick. Whoops. Look what it did here to the red bricks. And instead of the bottom up, it did this weird corner action. Don't know, don't why, don't give a fuck, but I know it's fucked up red brick. Look what happened to the red brick, man. And here the red brick is cooked, color changed. You still see the horizontal lines there. The brick lines. You still see the brick here. Look what happened to the red brick. Look what happened to the red brick. Some of these bricks have been clearly expanded the size. They're bigger. They're more expanded. They're deformed. They're cooked. Again, you have red brick and mortar. And then the red brick turns into what you think is a natural rock. That is a red brick that's damaged from the X Factor event. There's no natural rocks, no natural islands, mountains, volcanoes. It's all melted buildings. Volcanoes are more evidence that this shit just happened because they're really just melted buildings and they're still hot from this event. Again, everything is backed up with hardcore evidence. I am a neutral observer and reporting what I inspect. I am just an inspector inspecting and reporting what I inspect. Kind of like my business. I don't care either way whether you buy this house or not. I could give a fuck. But I'm going to do my job and tell you what happened to it. Look at that. Brick lines cooked into block lines. Here, the wood is still intact, and I see this in many houses, proving that this was electrical because the wood from the heat would have combusted and cooked and flamed, and you would have fires. But we don't see that. We see wood as a resistance to electricity, maintaining itself there, even though it has been heat damaged. Look at it. Look at the red brick here on the left, how the color's been cooked out. And then all that was red brick. Look how it's been cooked into ash. All of that red brick has been cooked into stone there. Stone. You think those are natural stones? You think they went red brick and then ran out of brick and said, you know what? I want to make this thing half red brick and half stone. No, retards. This was all red brick and it got damaged. In the public, these fucking retards. Look at the fucking... Man, I gotta take a fucking whiz, dude. Man, I gotta take a fucking leak. Mm-hmm. Again, dude, granite doesn't exist apart from red brick being cooked into it. There's no such thing as any natural rocks, people. I debunked geology. The reason you think granite conducts electricity is because it was a fucking red brick. And they had to be red brick. All the buildings in the old world, bar none, for some reason, because of its properties, of course, I'm kidding, had to be red brick. Yep. This shit is easy. It's fantastic. It's incredibly lucky how easy it is. We're just lucky to be able to find all this evidence and break it down and connect the dots. It's quite easy. It's real easy. The entire plane. It's incredible. you see the same evidence over and over again, which makes it concrete, confirmed, verified. Which is why I say over and over again, I don't do belief, I don't do theory. All this shit I'm talking about is all backed by concrete, hardcore evidence. And we all know this. Everybody in the Phoenix Side crew, we know this. You know this. You know this shit. Oh, give me a second. I gotta take a whiff. God damn, that's fucking cold. Oh. Oh. Man, that's fucking cold. Oh. Ooh, that's cold. Oh. Again, if you're into what I'm into, if you're into meltology, then I'm the tip of the spear. I'm the one that discovered all this. I'm the one you should be listening to. Hey, what's up, buddy? David Weiss, deep inside the rabbit hole. You know, that reminds me of being deep inside. All right, forget it. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. It's cold. Oh, you want a temperature check? Oh, you want a temperature check? 39 degrees. Hold on. $38 degrees. Colder than a witch's tit with a brass bra on. Okay. Folks, if you're just now starting to watch this, you need to watch the beginning too. I cover a brief review of the documentary that I put out, and it's incredible to condense it, for so to speak. So I'm going to continue doing my lectures here. Unless somebody else, wants to say something, or how's everybody doing, or wants to hear a tune or some shit and take a break and listen to a song before I go into the rest of the lecture here. Whew. Boy, I almost thought I was going to have to quit. I had to take a leak so bad. Okay, here we go, folks. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys that I haven't talked to in a long time are doing well. Wonder how you're doing all the time. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, hold on. It's not showing up. Goo. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take off where I left off here. I'm going to take over where I left off. If I can find it. That's where I left off. Right there. Whoops. Damn it. Right here. All right, what you're looking at is red brick has been altered here. Okay? What you think are natural rocks are not. All this right here that looks like natural stones and rocks was red bricks. All of this house was red brick, okay? You can see a clear, distinct level of damage to the red brick here. You can see a distinct level of damage, and you see parts of the red brick that survived this event. You see part of the red brick that survived this event. Notice the red brick that this is critical here. Critical. God damn it. You motherfucker. Sorry. Okay. All right. Look at this. This is critical. Now, I want you to look at this building. Take a look at it. Take a really good look at it. Notice that parts of the building have been left intact. The red brick, namely the red brick. Okay? Notice where the rest of the red brick, what does it look like? It looks like blocks and rock and stone, but it was red brick. That's the trick. I'm revealing you the trick to take the power away of the trick. Here's the trick. This was all red bricks. Look what happened to it. Look how it got cooked into what you think is a natural rocky mountain. This is not done by weather or erosion. This was an event, and I can show you literally thousands of buildings where the red brick has been cooked and altered and damaged on these buildings. It's a fact. It's a fact that these buildings got damaged. Shit. You got red brick here. Look at the concrete mold intact over the brick still here. Oh, man, I love this. Look, you got the red bricks here, brick lines. It's all been melted and cooked. And then what? Look at this. What do we see here? Evidence that red brick is really what you think are natural stones and natural blocks and rocks and all that crazy geology batshitness. It's debunked. It's red brick that's been damaged. Look at the red brick here. Notice that the damage here. Look what happened to the red brick. Look at the damage to the red brick. That was perfect red brick. What happened to it? Something happened to it. Clearly, an event happened. The evidence is overwhelming. Again, here we go. You think those are natural rocks at the bottom there when the red bricks have been cooked together, and then like a balloon, the heat takes advantage of the viscous nature from the heat and blows it out. It's over. It's a balloon rock. This was all red bricks. None of these are natural rocks. They don't exist. Everything that you think is a natural rocky mountain or a natural rock was a red brick that got altered by this meltdown event. Excuse me. I ain't swallowing that. Again, take a really good look at the brick. Look at the damage of the brick here. Understand how rocks are created. Understand how rocks are really formed. Understand the real geology. It's meltology. I debunked geology single-handedly by myself. I came up with an entire vernacular of rock curtain, A-frames, popcorn blocks, flow lines. Look what happened to the brick here to try to express what I'm seeing. We're seeing in the damage all over the world in these buildings everywhere. And then it looks like there was a fail-safe mechanism. The floodwater cooled off everything. And now it's still here, covering up 70% of the melted buildings that you can't see them anymore. But when I show you, I'm going to show you something. Again, look what happened to the red brick at the top here. What does that look like to you? Look what happened to the red brick at the top of the building. Usually it's at the bottom, and it is over here on the left. Look what happened to the brick. Look what happened to the brick, how it got damaged. And then the concrete in front of the brick gets melted off. You can still see some of the mold, the concrete spread. Now look at this little line of red brick that stayed intact. For some reason, you can still see the red brick here. The rest of the red brick cooked into that big block there. Interesting. Altered forever by this heat event. Oh yeah, I want to show you how you get these stripes in these columns here. See the column stripes here? Because of the bricks. See how they put the bricks here? That's how you get these pinstripes. Would they take they put it they build the column with the brick, and then they spread this concrete over the red brick, and they create these awesome designs. And here you can see what happened to the red brick. Again, that was all perfect red brick, and then you just see a bunch of damage, man. It's all fucked up, huh? It's all melted. It's all fucked up. And again, you see red brick. Look, red brick has been damaged and melted together. The heat was so intense that it's just cooking the red brick into rock and stones, and altering the shapes, and it's just nothing but damage to the red brick. I mean, it was perfect, beautiful red brick. And then you always see that green and orange. That's heat damage, okay? These statues are heat damaged. Whenever you see green, nobody fucking had a green statue, okay? These are all melted red brick buildings. Look how they melted. Look how you can still see the brick lines. You can still see a lot of the shape. It's all melted. And again, here's how you get crystals. Why do we have crystals? Because temperature dictates states of matter. When that gas, that hot air, hit that open, cooler area of air, it instantly densified, solidified into crystal. Oh yeah. This shit is easy. And again, here, this was what is called a red brick. This right here used to be red brick. People can't comprehend this because they're fucking too dumb. This wall at the bottom of the red brick building here, and this wall at the bottom of the red brick building here, they look like that somebody built them with block. No, that used to be red brick. This event cooks these bricks, and it blows them up into this block shit. That used to be red brick. That used to be red brick. And on the left here, you can see it making the block. Pay attention here. You can see the block of the brick down here. Now, on the far left, what's going on here? It's making block in action. It's altering the red brick right here in action. It's a big circle. The word brick here. Look where above the word brick, buildings here. Look at, oh, so it goes away. Thanks, you prick. So right there, it's altering the brick into that block shit. It's evidence. It's in action. We caught him red-handed here. You just caught him red-handed here. The red brick is being altered into block on the left here. Already done at the bottom, though. Again, look at the deformation of the red bricks here, everywhere. Shit. Again, what do you see? Damaged, melted red bricks. Melted, cooked into ash. You see the red brick and mortar. Look at the damage to the red brick and mortar. Look at the damage to the bricks down there. They look like stones, man. That used to be perfect red brick. It looks like a big, huge stones now. When that used to be brick. Look at what happened to the brick. Look what happened to the brick. Look what happened to the brick. Look at the damage. Oh my. Oh my. What do we have here? What happened to the brick and mortar? What happened? It's cold evidence. It's called evidence. More brick damage being cooked into balloon rocks. And look, it's a cobblestone, man. They built it out of cobblestones, you fucking retard. It was red brick. You're so dumb. It's insane. Learn how to wipe your ass. Look what happened to the red brick and mortar. Look, that's brick and that's brick. Mortar. Brick. Brick. Trying to make gold. Fool's gold. Brick, mortar. Look what happened to the red bricks here. If you can't tell they've been damaged, if you think that's normal red brick and mortar, fuck you, retard. That is some damaged, melted red brick and mortar. You can see that it was pulling apart and becoming viscous by all the holes, the viscous holes. You have red bricks here that are melted. You have an event. You have evidence, building after building. Look what happened to that brick. Tell me that don't hurt. Tell me that don't hurt. That's a brick, and below it is mortar. It's literally melting over the fucking mortar. It's melting over the mortar. Here, the brick is. Look at that brick. Tell me that are you going to tell me that that's a normal brick wall? Are you going to tell me that people build red bricks and mortar like that? Or are you going to wake up and realize that this shit has been altered, damaged? Are you going to admit that there have been altered states here? Again, the irrigation still intact. God, what is going on here? Come on. Again, this is what I call hardcore evidence of what happened. The brick and mortar. But in this particular brick here on the left with the discoloration, it looks like a stone, a rock. And it's what you would call one because it's been cooked into that from a brick. There's no such thing as natural rocks. Nothing here's natural. You're in a hologram, retards. It was all buildings, man. I'm sorry. It was the Electric City. It was. There was red rail, but this whole plane, everywhere underwater, it was all, even where you can see that it was melted, you see streets and shit. And I'm going to go over all that too in another video. I still got some videos to put out and make. Again, look, that's a statue from the old world. It's taken out of context. I have no idea what the context is here. Although, to me, I would say he or she, looks like a he, he's meditating or something. I don't know. I really don't know. But it's out of context. I'm clueless. It's idiocy trying to even... Look what happened to the red brick, how it got altered. Again, look at the damage to the red brick at the bottom here. You see what are called rock curtains, mortar snot. See, the mortar starts melting. It's more vulnerable. Look what the event did to the wood here. Look what the event at the bottom. It's really, really cooked more than the top. What does that to wood, man? Hutchinson effect? I mean, we see bricks coming out of the wall intact. That was a brick. That was dramatic. Look at that brick. Look what happened to that brick, man. I mean, literally. That brick got altered, right? Does that look like a red brick anymore? I can promise you it was. Again, here is absolute evidence of what happens to these fucking red bricks. Look at the size of that brick, how it had been cooked and expanded into a block. That was a red brick. Yeah, it was. That thing got cooked. It got cooked and charred, blackened, and expanded. Okay? That was all red bricks. Something happened. Something happened. Something happened to the brick here. Go back. Here we go. Here's what I'm talking about. This is hardcore evidence of what happens to red brick during the X Factor event. You have this level 1, and we're going to start there. You can tell it's red brick and mortar. Now, level 2, that's level 2 damage. That means the red brick has been cooked. The color's different, and they're cooked together more and deformed. Now, level 3 is the colors. There's no color left. The black, the red, it's cooked out. It's white and expanded even more. That's level 3 damage. That's level 3 damage. So you have 3 distinct different levels of heat damage from the X Factor event to this red brick wall. All the way up to the top. Prit near. Again, just all red brick. Everything was red brick, and it's been melted. That's not a goddamn... that's a house or building or a statue melted. Again, here we go with the distinct levels of heat damage. What do we see here? This was perfect red brick. It looks like they had a couple of them darkened black for a design, maybe, or maybe not. Doesn't matter. But the bottom is the important, critical thing to look at. What happened to the brick? How it got cooked together, melted. Look what happened to the red brick. That was all red brick. Look in the windows there. You can still see the brick survived in the arch. We get a lot of arch survived. Look what happened to the red brick here. What does that to red brick, huh? What does that to red brick? Look at that. Again, imagine a perfect red brick wall. And look, here's the evidence of what's been turned into a fucking, look at it. Look what happened to the red brick. I mean, it's evidence of this red brick damage. It's amazing. It looks like somebody took a Hutchinson effect laboratory and just went batshit on this thing. It's like a total Hutchinson effect with, electromagnetic fields. Super dense electromagnetic fields. Super intense. Again, look at the damage to the red brick here. Cooked. Again, what do we have here? That's a red brick, man. Crystallized red brick. Amazing evidence. You could say it got X-factored. God, that fucking building's sick. Look at that fucking thing. See the bridge connecting the top there? That's evidence. I told you they had all their buildings connected like this. I told you they did this shit all the time. How do I know? Because look, there's a bridge connecting these buildings at the top. Look at that bridge. That's fucking great, man. All right, I'm getting low on battery here, for fuck's sake. Again, look at the damage of the brick here. The color's been cooked out at the bottom. The red's been cooked out. Rows of brick where the color's been cooked out. Look at what happened at the brick. Cooked into rock. Cooked into rock! Cooked into stone. Look at that. Tell me that don't hurt. Look at the wall. It used to be red brick. Gaga goo goo. This shit is easy. Look what happened to the red brick. Look what happened to the red brick. damaged, cooked, scorched, expanded, deformed. Evidence of red brick damage everywhere. It's all red brick damage. At the bottom, this was all red brick. You have different levels of heat damage. Look, notice how it's expanding the size of the brick into blocks that are incomprehensible. Tiny little bricks into huge blocks. They did not build the pyramids with blocks. It was red brick that got cooked into blocks. Okay, everything was red brick. Nobody built with any blocks. These have been cooked into block. And I'm getting really, really low on the by battery power. Oh, man, look at the red bricks melting there. Let me switch my battery. I got to switch batteries. Hold on. Fucking thing. Oh! Whew, whew. Oh, man, that's cold. Ah. Fucking retard TV won't let me turn it on. I hate these cursed ass TVs. They sit there and make you wait to turn them on, man. Fuck you, turn on, you piece of shit. Fucking jerk. God, I hate these corporations. I curse every single one of you fucking retard corporations. Again, what do we see here? Clear. No. I'm going back. Here we go. Levels of damage and everything. Look, whoops. See. God damn it, man. Look at that. Look what happened to the brick here. Look what happened to the red bricks. Do you have any questions about bricks? There we go. I'm back. Yeah, that's what it looks like. They're getting cooked. They're getting cooked. You can just use your eyes and look and see how they're getting cooked into those big blocks. I just showed it. I love you too, Robin. Send you my hugs. And again, I just want to thank everybody that has supported me. I send you out many blessings and thank yous. Oh, I have an entire section on crystals. Okay, folks. If you watch the documentary, you would know that Section 9 is all about crystals. I could see you living in that cool building, man. Thanks, man. Me too. At least I would appreciate it. At least I would appreciate it. So let me just show you this. I'm going to finish this video. Hold on. People don't seem to understand that there's melted red brick. Look at that. What does that look like? I'm going to show you what red bricks don't melt. They built fireplaces So, because they don't melt. What the fuck is that? Anything that is hot enough will melt. Okay? That's red brick melting, dumb fucks. That's your red brick melting like fucking butter. Like fucking butter! Look at that shit. There's more red brick cooked in the block there, and then over there, look at that, melted like butter. Evidence of a hot, melted red brick and mortar. Rock curtains. Shit. Look what happened to the red bricks. These retards think this is like a natural cave on some of these mountains, but they're all melted buildings. Cooked into rock, block. Suck my... Yeah. Look at that. Look at the fucking evidence. It's so fucking in your face. Look at that melt. Man, look at that melting. And again, look, notice the red brick and mortar. You can still distinguish the brick from the mortar here. Look. Brick and Morty. Brick and Morty. Gee, somebody recognizes that there's red brick and mortar. It's everywhere. You have melted, damaged red bricks here. Look at that. Again, what happened to the brick? Look what happened to the brick. Look at the heat damage everywhere. Look how the bottom's cooked into ash and block. And even the ceilings in these buildings. You can see how the red brick starts to get blended in together from the, when you cook anything and it starts to liquefy, it's going to blend together and get completely cooked into fine grains of ash, sand. Oh, look at that damage. Again, you have a brick, literally, and mortar, literally twisting and turning. Again, that's a red brick. Underneath it, mortar. It twisted and turned up. Nobody builds like that. That's damage. Nobody builds a red brick like that. That's damage. Man, it's time to do a dab. Again, notice how the color of the brick here looks like it's purple because it's not completely blackened. It still has the red brick color, so it's starting to blacken it and heat it up, but it still looks purple because from the red, it hadn't been cooked thoroughly enough. Dude, you need to watch. Again, the chat is for those of you who have watched my documentary. If you haven't, go into the link below. In every single one of my videos is a link of my documentary. I have tons of videos, and everyone has the link to the documentary. You need to watch the documentary and then ask questions. And again, I've tried to explain this shit over and over again, what's going on here. I mean, it's real easy. We, created a space to experience separation and individuality. And we created a fun, entertaining ride. It's like a holographic video game, interactive ride. And something happened. Something happened, man. 300 years ago, it changed everything. It wiped out. It rained on our parade. Okay, what we created was damaged, and now we're getting parasited. Okay, it's really that easy. And then after that, there's things that we're in a position you can't know. So if you were to even say you know, you lose all credibility from me. Because I know you can't know that. If I can't know it, I damn sure know you can't know it. I damn sure know you can't know it. So yeah, that's how it goes. I didn't get to make my other video or go over the rest of the doc. We'll go over the rest of the documentary tomorrow. It's been 3 hours. I'm gonna take a break till tomorrow. I wanted to make videos. I need to make some lecturing videos, you know, as well as just going live. Yeah, it's all right. That's why I tell everybody to watch the documentary below. Yeah, again, the doc is for everybody who have, it's, you know, watch the documentary and guess what? Now you can, not only can you participate in the chat, you can interact better and with a better understanding, and you will have become enlightened in ways you could never imagine. It's a game changer, a perspective game changer. So please, everybody, watch the documentary again and again. And come back tomorrow. Same batshit time, same batshit channel. See you guys here tomorrow. I love you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Much love. I love you all.